United States and China are releasing a joint declaration which lays out how we will limit warming on this planet and how together we'll take action here at the COP as well as in the years to come.
In a surprise announcement at the UN Climate Change Conference, two of the top carbon polluters in the world, the United States and China, agreed to work together to cut emissions in order to combat the climate crisis.
It commits to a series of important actions, not in the long term, not way out in the future, but now during this decade when it's needed. And I'm pleased to announce that we will work together to limit methane. Methane emissions, a greenhouse gas up to 80 times more destructive, more potent than CO2.
As part of the declaration, China for the first time agreed to cut down on methane leaks, and both superpowers agreed to share technology. The focus Thursday, building a better world.
We build the equivalent of new building the size of Paris every week. And if that is the way in which we expect to expand, we need to think about buildings and how we do so, because of climate, because of biodiversity, because of livability, because of quality of life.
And it's not just new construction, but older buildings as well.
Buildings and construction are responsible for 37% of global energy-related CO2 emissions, with construction materials, think cement, accounting for 10% of these global emissions.
Creating the need to curb emissions during construction, but also a great need to retrofit existing structures.
Over half of all buildings that will exist in 2050 are yet to be built. This is an opportunity. The rest are already here, but they will require retrofitting for energy efficiency and energy transition. That too is an opportunity.
And that includes better insulation as well as new equipment.
The only way to end our reliance on polluting heating systems is to retrofit them with green energy systems. We know this is a colossal undertaking that cannot be underestimated. But we also know that if we fail to meet the challenge, we'll fail to meet our climate targets.
Admittedly, the goal of limiting warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius is daunting.
Different countries are dealing with different stresses, and clearly delivering a just transition and bringing people with us and doing it at the pace the climate science requires is a hell of a juggling act.
Still, there's optimism.
Everything I've seen since the start of the summit, and with each landmark agreement agreed this week, makes me feel more and more confident that we're going to meet the gravity of the moment, and in doing so, navigate our shared journey to a greener future where we've turned back the clock on climate change for good.